Hi, this is Murray from Second Time Tech, and today I'm going to talk about a computer system that's kind of like a mid-level computer, and should be good for a lot of things, and we'll talk about that a little later. But basically, I have it on Amazon Canada and Amazon US, and I will put the parts in the show notes so that you can see them. And what I'll do is I'll just go over them right now, and we'll see what there is. So first, I'm going to be doing Amazon Canada. So all the prices right now will be in Canadian dollars. First thing is a Fractal Design ATX mid-tower case. It has two fans that glow white in the front, and it also has a tempered glass panel on the side. So that's quite nice. And it is $59.99. I was on the American site. I forgot to switch back. The next thing is the power supply. It's a EVGA 500B1, 80 plus bronze, 500 watt power supply, and it's $59.56 Canadian. The motherboard is a MSI B350M Pro VDH, and that is $90.99, and I have one and I really like it. And the CPU is a Ryzen 2600, a Ryzen 5 2600, and it is 229.78. It is a 6-core 12 thread, so it'll be good for video rendering, be good for playing games. It'll be good for just about everything that you want to do with it. And the next thing is the memory. It's Ballistic Tactical 8 gigabytes, and it's DDR4 2666 megahertz memory. I have the same thing in my system, and I was able to overclock it to 2800 megahertz, no problem. And if you want to get into doing that, of course, you can overclock the CPU too, because the board supports that, both those. And the graphics card that I picked up, oh, sorry, did I tell you that was $78 each, and I put two of them in there? I can't quite remember, but if I repeated myself, sorry. The graphics card that I put in was EVGA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti, and I went with that one because I was trying to keep the price below $1,000 Canadian, and it's $224.99. Now, if you want to go up one, which would be the 3 gigabyte GTX 1060, it would be $75 more Canadian than that. Now, if you're going to be using it like a studio computer, you don't have to get a better video card than that, because it won't help in rendering times when you're using DaVinci Resolve. But if you're gaming and you want to do a little bit more gaming and stuff and whatnot on it, then of course a better video card would be the ticket. The next thing that I put in was a Kingston Digital A400 SSD, the 480 gigabyte one, for $88. And then a hard disk drive. It's a Toshiba 2 terabyte 7200 RPM for $84.99. And the reason why I did that was because if you're playing a lot of games, then you need some space to put the games on, of course, rather than just being all on your SSD. But if you're doing, like, making a YouTube channel, or you're doing a bunch of videos and stuff like this and whatnot, that gives you a place to store it after you're done everything that you want to do with the video, and then it won't stay on your SSD. So it's a nice little thing, especially a 2 terabyte model. And the next thing is the Microsoft Windows 10 Pro. The key, it is $9.85 for that. And that's everything that you need except a keyboard, mouse, and monitor. But I do have a video on that, and you can look at that if you're looking for an inexpensive one. The price on this system altogether was $996.21 Canadian as of right now. And it's a pretty good little system. You can do a lot of stuff on it. The one that I have has a Ryzen 5 1400 in it. So with the 6 cores, 12 threads, instead of the 4 cores, 8 threads, like I say, it'll be better in gaming, and it'll be better in rendering, and not for that much more money. So now what we'll talk about is the Amazon US site. Basically, they're almost all the same parts. I think the memory is the only thing that I changed in it, and that's because I found a lesser expensive one. And in the show notes, I will put the list for each of these Amazon Canada and Amazon US for all the parts. So again, the case, Fractal Design ATX mid-tower case, $55.87. The EVGA 500B1 80 plus bronze 500 watt power supply, $39.53. The MSI B350M Pro VDH, and I like that one because it's got those 4 slots, so you can always add more memory. Like 2 memory slots are going to be filled up with this, but then you can just put it in the other one, and then you can add memory without having to swap them out. And we're putting 16 gigs in this one, so that should be good. So the processor, again, is the Ryzen 5 2600, and it has the Wraith Stealth cooler in it, and it's $59.99. So you don't have to buy yourself a cooler. That's good enough for stock, and even a little bit of overclocking, if you want to get into that. The memory, which is, like I say, a little bit different. It's Ballistic Sport LT 8 GB, DDR4 2666 memory, and it's $69.99, and 2 sticks of those, of course. Get it in dual channel mode, make it run a little faster, and 16 gigs. The video card is a EVGA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti gaming, and it's $169 for that. The storage, or the drive on it, again, is the Kingston A400 SSD, 480 gigabyte, and it is $81.32 American. And the Toshiba 2 terabyte 7200 RPM drive is $62.99 for that. And the Windows, which is again Windows 10 Professional, It's the 32 or 64, whatever you decide that you want. 64 is best, of course, especially if you're going over. If you want 16 gigs of memory or more, or 8 gigs of memory or more, can't quite remember. But you definitely want to use the 64-bit version. And the price on it is $6.98. So all of that together is $785.21 US for that. Like I say, that's a pretty decent mid-price system. Less than $800 American, or less than $1,000 Canadian. So, and again, like I said, if you're looking for a keyboard, mouse, and monitor, I do have a video up on that for an inexpensive one. So that's basically all that I have for now. Sorry, I had to look at the screen there because I had all the information on the screen rather than writing it all down again. Well, if you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. If you like the content, please subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. And if you want notifications, then click the bell, otherwise you won't get them. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I want to wish everybody a wonderful day. Bye.